Hi, Emily, and we are doing your first session today, self-development, and the request that I received from you was for follow-through. And to me, follow-through means that you feel like you don't finish things that you start, or a little bit of procrastination. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience? And before we get started, I just want to let you know that I'm taking notes for, so that way I can refer back to them in our next session and so forth. And so when I look away or look down, I don't want you to think that I'm not paying attention to you. I am taking notes, and I highly recommend that you take notes as well, so that we are both accountable for this process. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me what you have experienced with this lack of follow through, and how it's affecting you.
So basically, a lot of things in my life, like almost everything, if I'm not held accountable to follow through in something by another person, I usually just, I don't know, I procrastinate, or I lose interest, or I find something else and I put it aside, and then it never gets done. And that's been happening like with like the gym.
Okay.
Is a good one. But even recently, I feel like it's started to happen with my school, because everything's just been put on hold because of things going on in my personal life. And I don't know anything, like, I don't know, I haven't looked into any universities that I want to transfer into next. I haven't even, like, every single time that thought comes to my head, I'm just like, oh, we'll do it later, or like,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I'm glad that you recognize all of those things. And speaking of accountable, that's what this process is all about. So it's kind of ironic that that's where you're having the problem, because not just you being held accountable for the actions and the steps that we're going to be taking to get you to follow through and to reach the goals that you're trying to reach, but I need to be accountable to you as well. Okay, and I will definitely hold you accountable. So I would really appreciate it if you hold me accountable, okay, through this process, and that way you can get what you're trying to get out of it. Okay, and so what I understand that you lose motivation for things like your schoolwork and deciding where you're supposed to go next from here, motivation for the gym, and things like that. And you feel like is this new?
It's not. Well, I used to be really good at it. I used to, like, when I was in high school, I used to get very good grades, and I held myself accountable for it. It was kind of like the competition with my classmates kind of fueled me to do even better. So I liked that competition. So at one point I was even valedictorian. So it wasn't always like this, but
Right.
For when my mom, when I started moving around from place to place, I kind of, my head just kind of, I guess, like, my head just kind of felt fuzzy, like everything is new, like where do I, like my life has been uprooted. Where do I, like, where did I leave off? Where do I begin again? Like, where, like, is everything the same? Like, everything is so different. Like, how do I even, like, these, like, even if I would move states, I would be like, these people don't know me. Like, so I feel like it all started with school. And then after that, I just kind of let myself fall into this hole of procrastination. Not right away. I still, like, I kept up with it. I kept up with my school when I got into college. very well at first, but I was actually taking Adderall for that. And
Help with the focus.
yeah, and after that I don't know, it was just like a very, very dark moment in my life, because I was constantly focusing on what needed to get done, and I didn't focus on anything like good happen, like anything that was like for just pure enjoyment. Like I would always just like, no, you got to get this done, and you got to get this done, and you got to get this done, and it was just like, my brain was like, yeah. So I got off of that, and that actually like kind of stimulated my anxiety even more. So after that, yeah, I just kind of
you were just kind of going through the motions of what you knew you had to get done, rather than having any feeling about it, or
yes,
being able to take the time to enjoy anything, or put that kind of effort into anything that you really wanted to do for you, or that you enjoyed. Correct?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What are you studying, by the way?
I'm studying psychology.
That's not funny in that way. I'm not laughing at you at all. I'm laughing with you, because I have found that psychologists, people who are in self-development, and you know, like, we need life coaches. The coaches need life coaches, because
Yeah.
we all, you know what I mean, go through stuff. And plus, so many people with so much stuff. We're dealing with so much stuff all the time. And so you, I feel, this, my opinion, are probably drawn to that just because you want to help people who may be going through more than what you're going through, but you can relate, and you can feel for them because of past experiences or whatever. That's just what I've seen in the past. May not pertain to you, but that's just what I've seen.
Yeah.
So, do you have any specific goals that you are trying to reach that that you feel that this lack of follow through could be holding you back from, but they're actual goals of yours, rather than, you know what I mean? Like with the gym, what's your goal with working out?
My goal with working out would be to go at least twice a week for an hour.
And what are you doing now currently?
Nothing.
And how long? That's okay. How long have you not done nothing?
How long have I like not done nothing?
Yeah, how long have you not been going to the gym?
Not been going to the gym. I've been off and on. Like I was going when I signed up. I had signed up for this gym. I forgot, Sky Fitness. And I was paying for it, so I figured I'm held account. Like my bank account is. I'm held accountable for going, so I have to go. Yeah. But then I was just like,
Do you know how many people there are in just the United States alone that join gyms and never go? And that there's a Friends episode about that, and how Chandler is trying to not pay it anymore, but he gets every time he goes there, they suck him back in by this really pretty girl that works at the gym, and so Ross goes with him to try to help him, to just be like, I want to quit the gym, and
they both get signed up.
Yes, they both get signed up. So then they decide the way to do it is to change the bank account, right? Close that bank account so they can't draw the money out anymore. So they go to the bank, and they kind of pull the same shot on them at the bank and won't let them out of the account with a pretty girl, you know, and so now they have a joint checking account together. You know what I mean? Two guys wound up getting a joint checking account together. It was pretty funny.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's very, very common. So don't feel badly about that, especially like Planet Fitness, because it's only $10. So people join up, and like January, it's like a $1 to start for the whole month of January, and then you're committed to the $10. And people will just let it go and let that $10 keep coming out of their account, and they're not even going because it's like, it's $10, whatever.
It's
You know
only
what I mean?
$10, yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like right now though, what my goal, like my number one goal is probably to start eating healthier and then go to the gym.
Okay. Great.
Just
I love it.
because I haven't been like shopping healthily. Like my fridge is like very pathetic. It's very pathetic.
Yeah.
So probably like that would be my number one goal, just to like start eating healthier, and then I would be feeling like more energized, and going to
And
the gym would be a lot easier.
when you say eating healthier, for you, that means what? Just being conscious of what you eat, or is it following a vegan or a vegetarian lifestyle, or is it just being like eating, organically? What's eating healthy mean to you?
Eating healthy means eating breakfast, so some sort of fruit with a beverage, probably tea. Usually a smoothie. I usually make smoothies, so I put like a whole bunch of fruits in a smoothie, and then I just like eat like a whole, like, I just tell myself like, oh, I just ate like a whole thing of blueberries and a banana, and like, so basically get myself on a schedule, because I'm not even on a schedule for food right now. I'm just kind of like eating whenever.
When you're hungry and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and if I
you're so hungry by then that you just eat drive-through crap.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want to just eat anything that's like in front of me, because in KinderCare there's always like donuts and cookies, but like that's not. And I always think to myself, I'm just like, whatever, I'll just like eat at work, but then I'm gonna be eating donuts and cookies. Like, that's not good. I need to like meal prep and actually like think about like what I need to buy and how I need to invest. Well, not invest, but like cheap ways of like making like food. I don't know. I'm not even like accustomed to cooking, so.
So what are some ways that you think, have you done that before in the past? Like been able to
Yeah.
like plan? Okay. So what were some ways that worked for you then that kept you accountable for doing it?
Feeling energized and healthy and happy. I'm way happier when I eat healthy than when I am not eating healthy. So that was basically a motivation for me, because I really wanted to just I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to because I wanted to look healthy. Like sometimes I feel like I just don't look healthy, and yeah, I wanted to like feel it and look it and just be happier and just offer like my best attitude to people, because I get hangry, and when I get hangry, it's not pretty.
We all get hangry. So you're not alone. Okay. So, but what my question actually is, do you remember any particular practices that you had in motion that we could strive to get you back to? You know what I mean? That we're motivating you, we're keeping you happy, because you obviously had happiness coming from someplace that was then that motivating you to eat healthy, to take the time to meal prep, to take the time to make sure you have the things in your fridge that you're going to need, so your go-to isn't the, you know what I mean, the junk stuff.
Yeah, I think just the meal prep itself was kind of satisfying to me.
Mm-hmm.
Being on a schedule feels satisfying to me. It's just that like keeping myself on the schedule is the problem.
Do you think that, do you keep a journal and a, like appointment book for yourself, or do you put all your appointments in your phone?
I do, but I haven't used it in so long, and I know I should.
right?
Yeah, I have.
I find for me that if I have a planner or journal and I uh, practice keeping myself accountable for small goals, that helps. You know what I mean? Do you think that maybe rather than prepping for the whole week, because that can be a little overwhelming, right? And plus,
Yeah.
you're by yourself, so it can be like too much stuff at one time, to prep for maybe 3 days out of the week, to begin with, just so that you get back in that practice. Does that sound like something that would, work for you?
Yeah, definitely.
So, what we want is for you to be able to, find little things that are helping you to get into these practices so that, like, we want to prioritize today what you really want to achieve, like in the very near future, not so broad, okay?
Yeah.
And that way you can actually see yourself following through, which is going to probably motivate you more than likely, because it sounds like that's what was happening before. So it would probably motivate you to then take on bigger goals and bigger steps. I want to try an exercise with you, and I'm going to break your life up into 4 quadrants. Okay. So we're going to have your health, and the way that you're eating, and then we're going to have your finances and your career, and then where you're, like, your home. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
so what I'm going to do is I want you to pretend like I'm calling you, and, like, really, I'm going to ring, you pick up the phone. Hey, Bridget, how are you? Hey, Emily, how are you? Oh my God. And I'm going to go through this fake phone call with you, asking you about your life. Okay. So I want you to take the call and talk to me about your life and how it is now that you've achieved everything that you wanted to achieve. Okay. So you're living where you want to live. You're eating the way you want to eat. You look the way you want to look. You're with whoever it is that you want to be with. I mean, just go with the flow. Okay. Because it's fake, but this will tell us a lot, and even you, about where we're headed, what it is that you want. Okay. So it's been 3 years since we've talked. Okay. I haven't talked to you in 3 years in this phone call. So when I call you, we haven't talked in 3 years, and we're catching up. All right.
Okay.
All right. So ring, ring, ring.
Hi, Bridget.
Hi, Emily. Oh my God. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I've heard. I keep hearing all these great, wonderful things. And the reason I called is because I really want to catch up and find out what you've been up to, because I'm hearing fabulous things. Like, I hear that you're doing so well, like financially and stuff. Like, what are you doing for work?
I am working at, I'm actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Overseeing a psychologist, like an intern. I'm
Okay.
interning for a psychologist for a company there. And I'm going to school at the University of North Carolina for psychology, and I'm almost done with my bachelor's degree.
Amazing.
And yeah, I actually have a boyfriend, and we are going very, like, we're very serious.
Okay. Like marriage talk serious, or just like, yeah?
Like marriage talk, kid talk serious.
Oh my God, that's great. Okay, wow. God, we haven't talked it's been like 3 years since we talked. Wow. And
Yeah.
so you're still shooting for the psychology thing. You didn't sway away from it, right?
No, yeah, it's the one thing that's really, like, has been interesting to me since I was a teenager, and I'm just very curious about people, and I want to help people, and I like helping people, and I feel like the more I learn about it, the more I want, like, I want to learn more about it the more I learn about it.
Right.
So I'll probably be going for my master's, and yeah.
Okay, so when do you, like, how long more do you have of school?
Let's see. I'm almost done with my bachelor's. Gosh, I should know this, but how long to get a master's? It's like 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 4 more years probably.
Where are you living at?
I'm in North
Your wife
Carolina.
and living together?
Yes, we're living together.
Wow. How's your mom?
My mom is great. She's still with her boyfriend.
Did they ever get married?
No, I don't think they're gonna get married, but they're doing a lot of traveling right now. They're traveling from well, they still have a house, well, an apartment in Illinois, and they come to North Carolina, and then for 6 months they stay in Illinois. For 6 months they come to North Carolina, and sometimes some other 6 months they go to Florida or some other place.
What about you? Do you come back to Illinois at all?
I try to, but right now I try to stay really focused on my career and my school, and that's been taking up a lot of my time, and also like my health and everything like that. So
Well, and so I hear that you look amazing. Everybody on Facebook is talking about it. So what are you doing? Like, are you dieting? Are you eating better? What are you doing?
I'm actually a vegan now.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. What made you go there?
It's just, well, first of all, I love animals, and I've always wanted to be a vegan.
Yeah.
I tried the vegan diet for a while, and I felt really great in the past. So I just figured I just need to do it forever now. Because
Well, was it hard? Was it difficult? Like, how big of a challenge was it for you?
I definitely needed to research a lot of different alternative foods, and but just the meal prep for it and everything. But it's actually easier than expected because I have way more energy and my body feels healthy, and I'm going to the gym.
Wow. That's all amazing. I'm so proud of you. And you sound amazing. Wow. Well, don't wait another 3 years to call me back, okay?
Okay.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay. So that was great. And what I got or took away from that is that you are moving to North Carolina, and that you you definitely have big plans for school, and you are motivated to get your bachelor's degree. So that's great. And you're pretty dedicated to this psychology thing. You obviously are looking forward to a relationship and want marriage and want kids. That's obvious. Your face lit up when you talked about that. Yeah, and you want to be focused in your career and what you're doing. And sounds like you plan to be a vegan, right? Which is kind of extreme, right? It's a big commitment. It's a very big commitment.
It is.
Everything that you mentioned takes commitment, right? But none of them come easily. They're all very, like, this is for life kind of dedication, you know?
Yeah.
And not that you can't get to some place and change your mind. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that these are all very solid, foundational, goals. So what are some things that you feel need to change and need to happen and follow through with now that can apply to your goal to moving to North Carolina? your goal to going to University of North Carolina, getting started on your bachelor's degree. Obviously, you know, even if you don't jump into the vegan lifestyle again, what are some of the things you think you need to be doing to get from where you are now to there again? And, you know, as far as relationship, I'm pretty confident that that's going to happen anyway. You know, when it's right, it's right. When it's time. I don't think you're having a problem following through with relationships.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me some things that, you know, you want to put into motion immediately, or that you feel you need to put into motion to reach some of these goals, or to at least get started on the path to getting these goals going.
So first of all, like we talked about before, I feel like just starting to eat, just giving myself a schedule of food and eating would probably be a good step. And also, like, I don't want to buy, I hate buying junk food because I hate eating it, because I always feel horrible after I do. So obviously I would shop healthy. And I want to look into different recipes for like things that don't take like too long, or like things that are quick that I can make, that are healthy, that would satisfy me and give me the nutrition that I need.
Okay.
So I definitely, first I need to like do research and then go shopping.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then what else besides the eating and the healthy lifestyle that you feel you can do, you know, immediately get started with, at least?
For school, I feel like I need to look into, I need to at least look at the North Carolina University website.
Okay.
Because I haven't even done that. So I need to look at that, and I need to see what it takes for me to transfer over there. But also I need to look at if it's an actual possibility, because so many things are up in the air with my life right now, because of my stepdad's death, that we don't know where the cars are gonna go. I don't know, like, if there's just like a lot. It's an assumption. It's a very solid idea, like, that we are most likely moving to North Carolina, but it's not for sure yet.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. If, let's say, University of North Carolina is not an option, right? You get on the website, you find out that it's not an option. Do you have a plan B?
Yeah. There's a community college very close to my home in North Carolina. Okay. So even if I wouldn't get in there, I would go to the community college for a while and study there. My mom got her bachelor's in psychology there, actually. So that's definitely an option. I just feel like I would want to go to a university, but yeah.
And it's highly feasible because from my knowledge, you work hard and you do well in school and stuff. And I think when you're happier and in a better place with yourself, then you are going to do even better and, you know, work more. So,
yeah.
So I think we need to start with these two areas seem to just keep coming back for you as far as being interesting, you know, where your interests lie. So with the healthy eating, as far as getting started with that, and between now and when I see you next week, you know, the things that I heard you mention that you want to do right away is start researching recipes and go shop. So I am going to put you down to hold you accountable to come up with, say, 3 recipes that you liked, right?
Okay.
And at least one that you really liked, okay?
Yeah.
Because I've done the vegan lifestyle as well. And, you know, there are some things that you're going to, that ideally sound good or look good. And when you see pictures and stuff, and then when you put them together yourself, yeah, it may look good, but it's not what you thought it was going to be.
And I don't necessarily want to go for the vegan lifestyle like right now, just because, but maybe recipes just so that I get into cooking and just kind of.
And have, and maybe have, what do you think about just starting to build them so that you, just because you're not going to be living the vegan lifestyle doesn't mean you can't eat vegan once in a while, right?
No, yeah,
like,
of course.
Like
yeah.
as if, you know, we went out to lunch to a vegan restaurant, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you start building your, you know, your library or list of favorite recipes so that you have them and you've tried them and you know what you like and don't like and that kind of thing, and then it kind of gives you a better idea of creating your own recipes because you know what kind of goes, you know what I mean? So even if it's a year from now that you're full-fledged, at least you've practiced and gotten into it, and you're more educated on what you like and dislike, and you can then, you know what I mean? So what do you think if we have you try to find 3 recipes, do your research, find 3 recipes that you really like, and at least have cooked and tried one of them in this week?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then with the school and the move to North Carolina, I'm pretty sure that you can take the time to check out the website, get a feel for what it may take. You may not get all the answers, but at least you took the steps.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we're gonna say that at least by next session that you have looked at the website, got a feel for it, find out as much as you can about the area, you know, whatever it is that you feel you're lacking, the information that you feel you're lacking, that you to start the foundation of the move.
Yeah.
Take those steps and have that prepared so that next week when we do your next session, you can tell me what you've done already. Okay?
Yeah.
And if you haven't done everything we talked about, that's okay. But as long as I'm happy and content holding you accountable for the effort in trying to, because some things you're going to hit walls with because you have never gone to this website. You've never done research for the vegan food the way that you are planning to do it now. And so you might hit some brick walls and or even get discouraged or whatever, but you put forth the motions and the action to it, you know, and maybe you only find 2 recipes that you really liked and tried one of them. Okay. That's okay. Put forth the effort, but the goal is 3 recipes, try one for sure. And it can be the simplest one that you find, obviously, I understand. And look into, you know, creating a list of the foundation of information that you're going to need for this move that you guys are planning on taking, okay, and making, especially around the school part, okay? Good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you feel like you got what you needed to get out of this session tonight?
Yes.
Is it something else that you could have gotten that you feel you didn't get?
I feel like no, because it's a good place for me to start. I don't want to start with something like overwhelming and then just have it be like, you know.
That's what it's about. It's about steps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always be stepping. You read my book, so you know that I talk about, always be, I don't care if they're baby steps or they're leaps, always be stepping toward your goals. Always be moving toward them, whatever
Yeah.
they are, big or small steps. Just be taking them all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will see you next week. I will schedule that appointment with you via text. And if you need me in between now and then, feel free to call or text me. And that's it. Any questions?
Nope, that's it.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
No problem. Bye.